Broadcast, your boy up in here, man. We finna go in, man. Finna head to the playoffs. Got 2 more games left. Finna go and do that thing, man.
Father has a shotgun, holding it as this is developing. And at some point, his son throws a water bottle at him, hits him in the face, and he says that causes him to squeeze the trigger, firing his shotgun off, and hitting one of his kids who was hit in the hand and leg. Father is charged with assault with a deadly weapon, inflicting serious injury in connection with the shooting. Now, thankfully, no one died. But there was a shotgun involved. And when you have a shotgun, the chance of being shot with a shotgun goes up drastically. And so that was what developed. It's this sort of stereotypical Thanksgiving story. You get together and people start arguing with each other. Except in this case, a gun was present. And so rather than bags being thrown or a punch being thrown, bullets went flying because a gun was there.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously a terrible story. But thankfully, as you say, no one died. And it was, and apparently everybody else covered. I can't even. I've read the story twice, and I can't follow it. Yeah, it's like I can't. So it's like because it was the 2 kids firing, and they threw the drunk kid who he thinks sort of started it out of the house.
Yes.
And then
there's a third kid.
The kid wouldn't leave. And then there's 2 kids, I think, right? And then threw that kid out of the house. Kid 1 left the house. Finally left the house. And then kid 2 was like, "This whole thing's your fault, Dad." And they threw him out of the house. So first of all, they got his 2 sons out of the house on Thanksgiving. And then the first kid came back, and that's what led to the
apparently, I mean, the NFL issue for whatever reason is a controversial issue. I don't know why people hate it so much, but they were fighting over it to the extent that they were physically fighting each other.
So yeah, and then the Washington football team signed a player from the San Francisco 49ers this week, Reuben Foster. He's had 3 arrests for domestic violence. 1 was rescinded. Now it came back, and he guys, I mean, I want the best for him, and I want the best for his perhaps victims. We don't really know what happened. It hasn't been adjudicated yet, but he's been in trouble enough that the 49ers, well past the time many people thought he should be released, finally went ahead and released him. And the thought was, well, until these are adjudicated or until a number of years, time has passed, this guy's done it, he's a good player. And except Washington signed it. The next day, Washington signed it. Colin Kaepernick hasn't played in 1 year and 12 weeks. Right? This guy is three times he's been arrested for domestic violence. There are plenty of other examples. Adrian Peterson, who beat his kids and says he still beats his kid, is playing also for Washington. And now Kaepernick can't get a job in an NFL that's desperate for competent quarterbacks. And I don't know that he's great, but he is unquestionably, if you count backups, one of the 64 best quarterbacks in America. And it's just crazy that he hasn't been hired.
Yeah.
I thought it was fun. You know, when my kids get out of hand, I always go get my shotgun. That is how we move by the fist in our home. I just think it's a sad day where in a family altercation, and what if you say Thanksgiving? Well, we call it Thanksgiving. Natives call it the National Mourning Day. But it's just so, you know, it's gotten to the point where you go get a gun for your own kids when there is an altercation at your home. That's very telling. And
good evening from Houston, Texas. I'm Ed Cohen with Jay Williams. And Jay, this city home to the 8th wonder of the world, the Astrodome. We'll see on the floor who stands out tonight.
I don't know about that, Ed. I may have to disagree with you on that. The 8th wonder of the world is the Red Rowdies. Let's get loud. Let's represent. Houston Rockets, what time is it?
They are certainly impressive. Let's do this in Houston. To Paul. Here comes the screen. Paul. To Harden. They get it down to Paul. Oh, nice find for the basket.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
To Parker. Has a chance. Knocks it down. Off the step back.
Might have had an extra dribble or 2 there, but he got the shot he wanted.
It's in the hands of Harden. To Paul. Here comes the screen. Ooh, crisp. Paul 2 for 2. That's what you want.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Marking it to Parker. Here comes the screen. Parker to Chris Dunn. Shot from the lane won't go to Chris Dunn. Got a piece of it.
Jumping out the gym right now, Ed.
Great anticipation. Zach LaVine. Man, that was a tough shot.
You know, when I think about Zach LaVine, I almost think about a high-priced sports car that is stuck in third gear. Now, the things he can do in third gear is off the charts. I'd rather have that problem than not have it. But it always leaves you wondering, what if we got this car to fourth, fifth, maybe even sixth gear? Now, that could be something.
Almost. And he's not getting the call. Now a steal as the Rockets have it. He gets it.
There's certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
Now whistle. We'll get a timeout called by Chicago as they'll talk things over in a one-point basketball game. Jay, 27 wins a year ago for the Bulls. What can this team be?
They have the potential to be a playoff team, but in order for that to happen, a lot of guys need to take that major next step in their careers. Lauri Markkanen needs to step up. Chris Dunn, his backup role. What position will he play at the PG spot? Wendell Carter, their first-round draft pick. And also Jabari Parker. He is the key cog in this wheel. If he is healthy and plays to the level of expectation that we know he can, this team can make the playoffs.
Here's Paul, controlling the offense. And scores.
Had a difficult first quarter. Couldn't really find his rhythm, but you got 3 more left to play.
To Zach LaVine. Parker.
He sent that one to the third row.
He was locked in. That was impressive. Zach LaVine, 3 for 3. That's a perfect start.
The okey doke. Let's see if he'll try that one again.
Paul with it up top. Shot clock turned off. They can get within 1 or tie it with a 3. Parker. Short jump and a putback slam. Deep 3 at the buzzer. First quarter in the books with the Bulls in front. One quarter in the books, and Jay, naturally, both coaches wanted to get more stops.
Hey, to start again. Let's take it home. Let's go.
Paul. Gordon shoots, can't connect. Bulls with it. Oh, too much contact. Free throws on the way.
I don't know about that one, Ed. I always thought your hand was part of the ball.
Bobby Portis has got 2 shots coming. For his career, 73%. First try, no good. Misses the second as well. Paul into the front court. Down by 1. No good. Oh, it looked like he may have gotten him there. 4-3. Not getting the bounce. Oh, bad pass as the Rockets come away with it. Now ready with a couple of free throws.
There's a very fine line between maximum effort and carelessness. I'm willing to live with a few mistakes and maximal effort than having to constantly remind my players to close out.
Eric Gordon, a couple of free throws on the way. A career 81% free throw shooter. And gets both to drop at the line. Chicago basketball. From the painted area, won't go down. Paul across the timeline. Leads just a point.
Hey, watch this screen left.
Ooh, Chris Paul. 3 for 3 in this first half. He has that sixth sense that you just can't teach.
He's like a traffic cop, and he's navigating a myriad of bodies coming his way. And there's a smaller innuendo of the game that nobody talks about. When he makes a great pass, he'll tell the offensive player, shoot it, go up, dunk it. He will direct you and lead you to success.
The rebound comes down to Paul. Gordon with it. Under a minute to go before halftime. Here's a chance from long range. And too much contact.
Those cat-like hands almost got a steal.
That's his second personal foul. The Rockets now hold a penalty.
To Chris Dunn. Drive here, but the shot stays out. Now Paul with the basketball. The margin is 3 as we approach halftime.
Why you can't pass?
Chicago with the possession.
Oh, he just blocked that shot out of bounds.
Yeah, they're lucky they get the ball back. That one's going to be out of bounds. Straight on 3 at the buzzer. So we head to intermission, all tied up in what's been a tight one from the start. Let's get you to Orlando, where we say hello. All even through the first half of play as we get. Jay, last year Rockets 65-17, good for #1 record in the West. What's going to be good enough this year for the Rockets to get to the NBA Finals?
Well, you need CP3 to be healthy. If he's healthy, you can make an argument that the Rockets may have won the Western Conference Finals against the Golden State Warriors. But also, I think James Harden needs to continue to build on his play in the playoffs in particular. Everybody knows about how great he was during the regular season. But those last 6 games against the Golden State Warriors, he really struggled from the three-point line. He shot 37% in the regular season. He shot 20% in the Western Conference Finals.
And he adds the free throw. Gordon with it. His guys now down by a point. To P.J. Tucker. Cruises inside for 2.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays, no one wants to see that. You're going to lead the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Done. To Lopez. Here comes the screen. Done. Shot clock, it's coming down to 4. Now down to 3. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
And watching all these great shooters on the floor at once, it almost mesmerizes me. It's like you're watching the shot in slow motion, the backspin. It gives off the feel that the ball's going in every time.
Here comes the screen. To Carter Williams.
Big pick right there.
Stuffs it down with authority. Good luck keeping up with that.
Did you see that jump? It was as quick as a pogo stick.
To Chris Dunn. To Parker. It's rejected by Tucker.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Carter Williams with it up top. Our score all even in this third quarter.
Whoa,
Tries to slam it down, but it comes out.
Is the third quarter.
To Parker. Wide open look, won't go. Lays it up and in.
Oh, man, you're not supposed to be able to do that with that size, but in today's game, dexterity and mobility are off the charts for bigs.
Good work to step in front. The pass taken away.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. Is called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you'll be able to stop a great passing team.
That misses with 2 seconds to go. 3 quarters complete. The Rockets with the lead. It'll be Rockets basketball here as we start the fourth quarter. We thought based on this matchup, this could be a one-sided affair. But, oh, Jay, this has been a tight contest.
Yeah, they got the lead, but they really had to work for it. And sometimes when you think you're going to have an off night and win the game by 20, that's when you find yourself in this league in those dog fights.
Nothing going here on that drive. And he finishes at the rim.
That might have been a little bit easier than expected there, considering the score.
To Wendell Carter. You've got to get that one to go. Hart with the basketball. Leads 4. Knocked loose. Doesn't have the touch. No good.
It's so important to instill confidence in your best player. I know he missed a shot earlier, but that doesn't mean that you can't run the same exact play and let him prove he's a player he thinks he is, and we all know he is.
Parker to Markkanen. Here comes the screen. To Wendell Carter. Has a look. Just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
It's the mindset of Wendell Carter that really is the most impressive thing. He's an old school mentality on the basketball court. He can play with his back towards the basket. He actually gives the guard a target to throw the ball to down low on the block. He'll actually hit you on the screen and try to knock you over, but also possesses the new era type skill to run, to knock down pick and pop shots, and to also be a passer on the perimeter. He is the new school era of old school.
Dunn to Levine. Hart in possession. They lead it. 4-point game. Paul to P.J. Tucker. Paul. Shot clock to 4 for Houston. To Harden. Trying to cash in. Shot no good by Tucker.
See, the defender did a really good job. He stayed down. He didn't go and bite for all the head fakes. He waited until the last second to contest that shot. Way to know the scouting.
Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3
Bad
coming up.
foul.
The defender was actually in a good position there. They even made a decent play on the ball. But sometimes those bounces go the other way. Still, stay aggressive out there.
Chris Dunn at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. For his career, 69% at the line. It's Harden. Brings the ball up. Had a chance, but it's no good. Knocked loose. Dives for it. Not a... Great to mix it up. deep right corner.
Watch the pitch. Watch the pitch. Right.
Parker to Markkanen. Fires the three. Tough shot for Markkanen. No good.
Shooters shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
To Markkanen. Done. Knocked loose. That one out of bounds off a rocket. This will stay with the Bulls. Going to launch beyond the arc. That's how you defend. There's the whistle and an intentional foul. Just their first in the final 2 minutes, so no free throws yet. They'll take the ball out of bounds.
In the 80s, that might have been a personal, but regardless, it had the same impact. You just injected a little life into your squad, just when they needed it.
Oh, they could have really used that one, but the shot's no good. Now the Bulls will take the timeout. They'll need a quick shot, and then likely a quick foul in what is now a two-possession game. Long key from three-quarters court. It's the Rockets who are victorious as they win a close one by 2. That'll wrap things up. For Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose. We look forward to seeing you again next time.
I'm a 16. Still not a 16 yet. Let's go. Finna go to the playoffs. Instead of saying I'm a 16, I'm a 15.
from Houston, Texas, I'm Ed Cohen with Jay Williams. And Jay, this city home to the 8th wonder of the world, the Astrodome. We'll see on the floor who stands out tonight.
I don't know about that, Ed. I may have to disagree with you on that. The 8th wonder of the world is the Red Rowdies. Let's get loud. Let's represent. Houston Rockets, what time is it?
They are certainly impressive. Let's do this in Houston. The opening tip goes the way of the Rockets. They'll have it first as we're underway in Houston. Jay, last year, Rockets 65-17. Good for #1 record in the West. What's going to be good enough this year for the Rockets to get to the NBA Finals?
Well, you need CP3 to be healthy. If he's healthy, you can make an argument that the Rockets may have won the Western Conference Finals against the Golden State Warriors. But also, I think James Harden needs to continue to build on his play in the playoffs in particular. Everybody knows about how great he was during the regular season. But those last 6 games against the Golden State Warriors, he really struggled from the three-point line. He shot 37% during the regular season. He shot 20% in the Western Conference Finals.
Harden in possession. He'll run the offense. Paul. He was all over him. Missed the shot. No free throws. New Orleans has it. Payton to Holiday. They'll get it down to Davis. The monster stuff.
I mean, with so much talk these days about three-point shooting and the spacing on the court and having versatile athletic wings, sometimes when you have a dominant big man, you keep giving him the ball. You let him be that anomaly.
And that's going to be off of Anthony out of bounds. Elfrid Payton matched up with Paul. To Davis. And a whistle.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor. Payton to Davis. Flushes it home.
And when we start talking about some of the top players in the game, can we talk about the guy that got first-team All-NBA for the 3rd time in 4 years? Can we talk about the guy who was the 2nd leading scorer in the league last year with 28 points per night? Can we start mentioning AD's name with the best in the game starting now?
Yes, Carmelo Anthony. He's finally on the board. Makes his first shot.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Holiday, they go down to Davis. Oh, defender pulling the chair.
Got him.
Paul into the front court. 14-10 the score. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
Pelicans have the basketball. To Payton. Shot from the lane won't go. The follow won't go either. Who left in Houston? Luka Mute to the Clippers, Trevor Ariza to Phoenix. So, Jay, how do the Rockets adapt without 2 key wing defenders this year?
Well, other guys... Oh! And he can't keep it in off the block.
Man, that was impressive. Anthony.
What the hell was that?
Fires the 3. Not getting the bounce. To Davis. It's Gordon with the rebound. Anthony. Knocked loose. Pelicans have it.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
Ball into the front court. Down 4. To Anthony. Oh, he blocked it.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Mirotic against Tucker. the painted area won't go down.
And one of the most underrated things in this game is quick lateral speed. Good job by utilizing that speed and taking away the lane.
New Orleans will take it up. And they call it.
Just a tic-tac foul.
That's his second personal foul. Team foul number 2. Houston Rockets are in the penalty.
Payton to Holiday. Anthony Davis. He's now 4 for 6.
Old school equals high percentage.
Gordon with it. Now down 6. To Paul. Pass to the rim. Flushes down the slam.
It's that easy, Ed. You never want to leave any doubt when attacking the rim.
Holiday controls the basketball. His guys should be able to get the final shot. Just enough of a head fake to help on that one. With a drop step. That's it for the first half. The Pelicans have the lead.
And that concludes our halftime report. Thanks for joining us, and see you again after the game.
It's Pelicans ball. Payton to Holiday.
Left.
To Payton.
Green.
Surveys the floor. Payton. To Davis. And the reward, a couple of shots at the line.
The game is too tight for you to be taking risks like that. You want to avoid foul trouble at all costs.
Anthony Davis, a couple of free throws on the way. For his career, 79% at the line. And hits the first free throw. Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. Paul with it up top. His club staring up at an 8-point deficit. To Harden. Paul looking for his man. Flushes down the slam. Jay, they make it look so easy.
Yeah, but it's really not that easy. And as a passer, if your pass is just a fraction too early or a fraction too late, that throws the whole play off. The timing of this has to be impeccable.
Holiday to Payton. And the Rockets clear the board. To P.J. Tucker. There will be no shortage of shots for Carmelo Anthony in Mike D'Antoni's offense, Jay. Why is it a good fit for Melo in Houston?
Well, a couple of things. Number one, if there's one guy you need to trust, his name is Daryl Morey. And the Houston Rockets organization is a stat-driven culture. So he understands at this juncture where Carmelo Anthony is in his relationship to his career. Playing with two pass-first type PGs in James Harden and CP3, who averaged a combined 12.5, 13 assists last year, will open up the floor extensively for Carmelo to knock down those jump shots.
Knocked loose. Taken by the
He
Pelicans.
just did it for me, though.
Here's Davis. And the rebound taken down by Houston. Tucker to Anthony.
Hey, you got the screen right.
Yes, Carmelo Anthony. Not a busy night, but effective. 2 for 2. The Pelicans will take the timeout as their coaching staff wants to talk things over here in this third quarter. We have both squads set to...
Substitutions, Houston. Entering the game for New Orleans, number 4.
Drew Holiday matched up with Paul. To Davis. And a whistle.
He took a chance. That's the right call.
78. That's his 4th personal foul. Team foul number 2. Houston Rockets are in the penalty.
Elfrid Payton. Harden's on him. New Orleans down to 4 in the shot clock. 24-second violation. Harden. That misses with 3 seconds left. It's the Pelicans who come away with the victory as they win a close one.
The Pelicans, on behalf of Ed Coyne and Jay Williams, this is Jalen Rose signing off.
Shot Harden.
QJB here with some more crazy highlights of the one. Alley-oop footage. I'm going to show it to you right now. Let's go. Caught that alley-oop. Dunked it down. Oh, my gosh. That was insane. Nasty play from the one. I cannot wait to see the future of this player. QJB out of here. I had a lot of fun with you guys showing you this crazy highlight. I cannot wait to see what's next from the one. Peace.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like living up to my nickname. Everything we've been working for, D, you have every right to feel like a million. Expect a lot of noise off the court. Don't pay attention to it. Focus on what to do best. That's the plan. What do you mean? You acting like this is the end of the world. You done it. You got me to the playoffs now. I'm going to do the best part of the next. ESL. I need that height. Let's go. Here we go in the playoffs. Play one game in the mall.
Starts here. Welcome into Game 1 in the first round of the Western Conference Playoffs. We're at Toyota Center in downtown Houston. Tonight, it's the Houston Rockets taking on the Dallas Mavericks. And and welcome. I'm Ed Cohen with Jay Williams. Jay, you look at the Rockets coming into play. They have got to get home court advantage, and they'll need it in what's going to be a tight 5-game series.
And I'll tell you, these 5 games really make each game take on a greater importance than the 7-game series we're used to.
Smith to Bagley. Here comes the screen. Matthews picked up by Paul. To Dennis Smith Jr. Right.
Oh, he just blocked that shot out of bounds.
Okay, they're lucky they get the ball back. Matthews. Not that time. To Anthony. Count the basket. 2 more points in the paint. Knowing Carmelo Anthony, the competitor, you know he wants to do the same things as he was doing 5 years ago. Can he?
Well, the answer easy is no. Your mind is telling you yes, but your body is saying the exact opposite. The next step for Carmelo Anthony is to understand that he needs to keep it simple. If he's a catch-and-shoot player, help provide spacing and open up that lane for other players to attack.
Great hustle. That's what you like to see. Mavericks with the basketball to Harrison Barnes. From the painted area, won't go down. Now Paul with the basketball. He'll run the offense. Harden. Oh, I missed a short one there. Barnes, guarded by Carmelo Anthony. To Jordan. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down. Jay, I'm surprised. He had a chance to wrap him up.
Well, you're not the only one surprised. This guy is not a good free throw shooter. You never let him have an easy bucket. If anything, make him earn it at the charity stripe.
Yes, Carmelo Anthony, 2 for 2. That's what you want.
You see, the savvy players, they can create contact. They can throw their arms into you, even their bodies into you, and as soon as the refs blow the whistle once or twice and you become hesitant defensively, they got you right where they want you.
Nothing going here on that drive. Paul. And look out. Big finish at the rim. Now a whistle. Dallas will use the timeout as they'll make sure they're aligned here in a 2-point basketball game. Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes come. Harden. Shot from the lane won't go.
But you can't just be a one-dimensional player. I know you're probably frustrated by me even saying that, but when you don't even give the option to pass the ball by utilizing some head fakes or ball fakes here and there, you save the defender by keeping them on their toes with the element of surprise.
Here's a chance from long range. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
Okay, I see you throwing the ball like a quarterback in the pocket for the touchdown.
Rockets in control of the basketball. Paul. He'll go to the foul line to shoot.
And as a defender, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot foul in the act of upward motion into your shot. Your timing needs to be better.
And he connects on the first free throw. No good on the second. It's a 1-of-2 trip. Here's Barea. Down 8. To Dennis Smith Jr. Nothing going here on that drive. Knocked loose. Nowitzki matched up with Harden. Couldn't keep it in. Off James Harden. So the Mavericks will keep the possession. Nowitzki. For 3. Had made his first couple, but he misses there. Houston takes over. Harden to Paul. Won't go down. Here's Barea. Margins 8. To Dennis Smith Jr. Paul into the front court. Looking to make something happen. To Harden. Knocked loose. And that'll get out of bounds off one of the Mavericks. It stays with Houston. Carter Williams. To Paul. 4-3. That out of his range and no good. Here's Barea. Under a minute to go before halftime. Knocked loose. Barea against Chris Paul. Houston with the basketball. Ooh, Chris Paul. He's 2 for 2 now.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Here's Barea. They find themselves down 10. To Dennis Smith Jr. Nothing going here on that drive. Dennis Smith Jr. Carter Williams on him. Oh, he's denied.
Whoa! Get that out of here.
Message sent, Jay. Smith. Gets a look. Can't hit.
It's so important to instill confidence in your best player. I know he missed a shot earlier, but that doesn't mean that you can't run the same exact play and let him prove he's a player he thinks he is, and we all know he is.
Straight on 3. At the buzzer. It's halftime here in Game 1. Let's get you to our NBA Live studios in Orlando and hand it over to Jalen Rose for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Jalen.
Let's take a look at what went down so far in this one. The Rockets dominated this matchup from the opening tip. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Houston Rockets. The Mavericks have yet to appear after one half of basketball. The way they struggle doesn't bode well for them at all. But if they've got some fight in them, we'll know right away in the third quarter. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Dallas Mavericks.
Game track. Field goals.
The Dallas Mavericks just couldn't get any of their shots to go in those first 2 quarters. They desperately need someone to step up and catch fire for them in the second half. Most of their bricks were laid in the opening quarter.
Player of the half.
Chris Paul was like a magician on the hardwood, consistently fooling the ball handler and creating a ton of extra possessions for his team.
Who was cold?
Forget cold. This guy will be happy to be lukewarm at this point. He can't seem to get anything going. Here we go with the top 3 plays.
Number 2. Number 1.
That was the same play.
Fellas, back to you.
First half, very one-sided. What will the second half bring? We'll find out as we're underway. It's Rockets ball. Paul. To Dennis Smith Jr. Here comes the screen. Dennis Smith Jr. defended by Mello. Marvin Bagley with the slam. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Finishing inside the paint on that one.
He's been doing this for years, the physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
To Dennis Smith Jr. Over to the right side. Here comes the screen. Matthews. And the Rockets clear the board. To P.J. Tucker. To the rim. Lays it in off the alley-oop pass.
Hey, one of the things I hear all the great teams say in the huddle, they say 1, 2, 3, no mercy. Now it's time for you to go even harder in the defensive end.
Warren, defended by Tucker. To Dennis Smith Jr. Dennis Smith Jr. He struggled just a little bit. 2 for 5. Ball's loose. Look at him on the deck.
My only concern with DS Jr. is that he needs to find an identity beyond being a highlight dunk waiting to happen. We've seen this before with guys like Vince Carter, who have had that much talent and also happen to possess a 48-inch vertical. You heard me correctly, a 48-inch vertical. Now, that can be tough to break through being a one-trick pony, especially when people try to keep you in that box forever.
Smith now into the front court. His guys trail by 10. Oh, nice find for the basket.
Ed, I have to be real here, and it pains me to say this, but DJ has not been the same without CP3. Now look, he's still going to gobble up boards on both ends of the floor and give you high percentage buckets around the rim. So this is what you need to do as a defense. If he catches the ball too deep, pack a Jordan. Send him to the free throw line. Force him to make it from there. If not, force him to catch the ball on the perimeter outside.
Anthony. Knocked loose. And that'll get out of bounds off one of the Mavericks. So the Rockets hold on to the basketball. Tucker. Paul. Yes. Give the advantage to the shooter. He has that sixth sense that you just can't teach.
He's like a traffic cop, and he's navigating a myriad of bodies coming his way. And there's a smaller innuendo of the game that nobody talks about. When he makes a great pass, he'll tell the offensive player, shoot it, go up, dunk it. He will direct you and lead you to success.
No good. Defense catching a break there.
Yo, big kudos to the defender. It seems like his mere presence in the paint was enough to make an offensive player miss the shot before he even got off the ground.
Dallas has it. Smith to Barnes. Five on the shot clock for the Mavs. Has a look. The shot missed by Smith.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
Smith into the front court. Down a bundle. To Matthews. Barnes to Matthews. Step back jumper.
Did you see the distance between him and the defender? You could pretty much put a department store between the two.
Prices coming down. With the rock, it's Chris Paul. Ooh, Chris Paul. The defense is really going to have to start paying attention. He's 5 for 5 for the field.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Matthews to Dennis Smith Jr. To Matthews. Throws it down. It's the Rockets who are victorious. They've grabbed game 1 of this best-of-5 series. For my partner, Jay Williams, and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been the NBA Playoffs on EA Sports. Find out more at easports.com. Until next time, good night.
The Rockets were simply amazing in this contest. The Rockets. And that does it for our post-game wrap-up. On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose. Thanks for joining me.
Nice to welcome into the No Face Stones and you